Good morning, everyone. This is Kim Quady with KimPlaysWithPaper.com. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Mesa, Arizona, and I try to come live every Tuesday morning at 8:30 Arizona time. And so today is no different. Today, I've been kind of on a kick with the Stamparatus, Stampin' Up! Stamp Positioning Tool. It just has so many really great features and possibilities, and so I just wanted to show you that in conjunction with one of Stampin' Up's celebration sets, the textures and frames. You can earn this set free with a $50 purchase before tax and shipping through September 30th. Celebration does go through the end of September. So if you haven't jumped in and gotten any of the free products, I recommend that you do so. I mean, who doesn't like free? And there are a lot of different samples out there with all of the 9 different products you can earn at the $50 level or the $100 level. So textures and frames, for me it was a little more challenging one, and so I had a little bit of fun brainstorming and trying to figure out what to make with it. Good morning, Joy. Thanks for joining me today. Let me get started with the video, or I am doing the video, but with the project. Good morning, Sue. Thanks for popping in. About a month ago, good morning, Margaret, I did show you just a sample of this card that I made, but I didn't show you how to make it. So today I'm going to use the Stamparatus with the Hinge-Step stamping technique to show you how I achieved that with this little image in that set. And then I also used this image. A friend of mine, a team member, suggested that I use it as candles. So that's what I'm going to do. Good morning, Kay and Kimberly from Minnesota. Thanks for popping in today as we do a little more stamping with Stampin' Up! Stamparatus. What's really cool about the Stamparatus, good morning, Mary Kay, is it's $49. So if you added some adhesive or some cardstock and you got the Stamparatus, you would also get a free celebration item. And this is a really good one to get. So that you'll find that stamp set on page 12 of Stampin' Up's celebration brochure. Like I said, there's 2 weeks left. If you don't have one, let me know and I can either get you a PDF or I can get you the real one in the mail. What I like to do when I am using my Stamparatus, good morning, Linda, I like to have a stamp set box under a stamp set case underneath it, so it makes it easier to apply the ink, and it's a more stable surface. So the colors that I used in this card are Daffodil Delight, Melon Mambo, and Bermuda Bay. And then I'm going to make a repeating pattern with that using the Stamparatus. And because this is a photo polymer set, the see-through, I do have the Stampin', I have the pierce, not the pierce, but I have the matte, and then I have the grid paper. I like the grid paper, again, because of when I practiced, if you can see these little tick marks here, I know exactly where I'm going to put my paper every single time, so I get the results that I want. So I'll just review the products that I'm using. So I have a basic white circle cut with the layering circles dies, a coordinating Bermuda Bay, also layering circles, but it has the nesting scallop. A piece of basic white that measures 5 1/4 by 1. A Bermuda Bay piece that measures 5 1/4 by about 1 1/8. And then I have 5 1/4 by 4 basic white. Have a couple of sheets in case I make a mistake. You just never know. And then I have a Daffodil Delight that's a 1/4 of an inch, an 1/8 of an inch larger than the white. And then my Melon Mambo base. Looks like I am going to be doing a different setup than that, but that's just fine, and I'll always have the white for the middle. So the Stamparatus comes with 2 of these very, very strong magnets, but if a lot of people will wrap washi tape around the magnets so that they don't smash together and break, or that they're easy to get apart if that does happen. So I just use 1, and I'm going to use my tick marks because I know where I want it, and I'm going to be stamping at the top here, and I've already put my stamp where I want it. I just placed my stamp on the paper, and then I picked it up with the Stamparatus. So I am going to start with the Daffodil Delight, and I know when I'm using the Stamparatus, sometimes those little mini ink spots work best for that. Now, the Stamparatus stamp positioning tool, this is the Hinge-Step stamping technique that I really love, but it also is really good for a lot of other purposes. Now, if I didn't get that bright enough, I can just ink that up and go over it again so that I get what the ink coverage that I want. Now I'm going to just wipe that off and start the next color. The next color, if I'm following my pattern, I am going to do the Melon Mambo next. We'll probably put that here so I can see. So I'll open my Melon Mambo and ink the Melon Mambo. And the key to the Hinge-Step stamping is to remember to pick that up and then move it down. And you'll have it in the exact, in the same spot, on the same line, exactly where you want it. So it looks even. I know that if I tried to do this myself freehand, it would be all crooked. That's just kind of what kind of a stamper I am. Then I'm going to bring my Bermuda Bay in and apply that as well. And then I'm going to remember to pick the plate up and move it down. And I will be able to put the ink there. So I'm creating my little pattern, and you can make any color pattern that you like. If you see, that's the one that I made previously. So we have just Stampin' Up! Has 50 colors. So imagine the possibilities that you could have with all of our different colors. And then the next one is our Melon Mambo. So it can be a little tedious, but it's kind of fun just thinking about, remember, then you pick that up, move it down. And good morning, Nikki. Thanks for popping in today. And I can show you on the bottom row the way that I speeded this process up just a little bit. Then the next one is going to be my Daffodil Delight. All right, so I just pick it up, pop it over, and move it down. All right, so now we're ready to do the next row. So I'm just going to move my magnet right up here in the middle. We'll move the board up here, the plate, and I'm going to take the stamp off. And then I place it. Good morning, Joan. Thanks for popping in. I'm going to place it where I'm going to want the image to start on the paper. Then I just simply close the plate, pick up the stamp, and we're ready to go. So now I'm going to need my Melon Mambo. I'll start with the Melon Mambo. And I'm leaving a little white space in here for the sentiment. So there's my Melon Mambo. Now in my pattern, I know that I want this next one, another Melon Mambo, to be way down here. So I'm just going to ink it up, and I'm going to just move it right away so I don't have to keep changing my ink and wiping it off. But I wanted to show you the first one first so you could see how I did that. And then I can move it back here, and the next color is that in my pattern, and you can make any pattern you want, but this is just kind of what worked for me. So the next pattern color in that is the Bermuda Bay. And you can see in my card that I want it in this position. So I will just pick this up, and keep getting ink. That's why those little ink spots work really well. The ones you get in the paper pumpkin, or we also have the uninked spots, and you can buy re-inker and make your own color with that. So, and I know I want it on, I want it actually on this one right here. So I'll pop that down here. And we have just one left, and that's going to be the Daffodil Delight. And then you can see how we've made our fun little pattern with just a fun little design that's in the Textures and Frames free stamp set. Remember, that ends September 30th. So lots of good stuff. So there we go. Now I can add my sentiment to that. So I'm just going to move that. And the magnets just go on the back of the Stamparatus. Good morning, Sandy. Thanks for popping in today. I'm in the middle of my card. Now the sentiment, I grabbed the happy birthday. I love that happy birthday from the sweet ice cream set. And bring in my Stampin' Pierce mat. I like to use that with my... Yes, the plates for the moving the Stamparatus. That's one of the unique features of it. And I'll do that sentiment in Melon Mambo. Sometimes I like to just stamp from above when it's a little bigger stamp. Try not to get ink everywhere. And I'm just, I want that on the right-hand side of my cardstock because I'm going to be putting, just a reminder what that looks like. So we have that. That's all ready to go. The next fun kind of technique I wanted to show you was how I made the candles. Stampin' Wright's markers will help me with that. This technique works really well on the red rubber stamps. It's sometimes you need a little bit more ink when you use the Stampin' Wright markers, but you can use the markers to ink up your stamps. So if you want to color different portions but don't know how to do it, so I'm just putting a layer of Melon Mambo on here. I didn't want all the same color, so I used my markers, and this is a technique that you can use with a bunch of other stamps. So and I'm not too picky, but sometimes it does need, with the photopolymer, it needs a couple of extra layers, and I think I bumped my finger on that. And then I'm just going to use my breath to get that ink all ready to go or refreshed after I've... And actually that looks really awesome. I'm not going to do that again. I like how that turned out. And so I'm going to layer that piece onto a coordinating Bermuda Bay. Again, I cut that with the layering circles. I find myself using those layering circles over and over and over. So there, we've got that all ready to go. So today we've used the Stamparatus technique, Hinge-Step stamping, as well as marker to stamp. You can see how well that works. Then I'm going to be placing our background onto my Daffodil Delight cardstock that I've pre-cut. This one's, I usually go a 1/4 inch layer, but this one's only an 1/8. So it's pretty close to the edge, so I'm going to try to be really careful. Good morning, Donna. Thanks for popping in today. Okay. And then that goes on to my Melon Mambo. I just love these colors. They just, scream happy birthday and fun and celebration. And I must have 15 birthdays this month, so I'm always in need of cards. And then put that on the base. Again, I only have that 1/8 inch. So there we go. Got it. And then I'm going to take my happy birthday and layer it onto my Bermuda Bay. What is everyone working on? Did anyone do Halloween cards? Are we working on Christmas cards? What are we stamping today? I know I need some more birthday. And just layer that on. That always takes just a little bit. And more adhesive. And more adhesive. All right. And then we're ready to put that on. So this is really, and once you get that pattern, you can make a ton of cards in a hurry. Sandy, you're working on fall cards. It is, the calendar says that, doesn't it? Depends on where you are, what the weather is like. And then I will be able to, I'm going to use Stampin' Dimensionals to pop that up. And Sue's working on Christmas cards today. I'm working on a card for a blog hop, and I'm working on a card for a October 2nd is World Card Making Day. So I'm going to be involved in, I'm submitting a video for a 24-hour day of card making. And there'll be videos from demonstrators from throughout the world, all making different cards and projects, October 2nd. And then I'm just going to use these, our little rhinestones, the basic rhinestones. I'll always love to have a package of these on hand. And then I'm going to use those as my camera, or my candle flame. There we go. I just love that. Now I'm ready to put that in the mail. Actually, I'll just put a basic white piece in the middle, and I'll be able to write a note to whomever this goes to today. All right. Well, thank you, everyone, for joining me today for the Stamparatus and the celebration, and I'll have a video next week of my blog hop card, so that will be really, really look forward to that. I'm using another fun technique. Thanks for spending part of your morning with me. I hope you have a good day, a good week, and a good rest of the weekend. Thank you. It is a fun card, and it's, if you have a Stamparatus, it's a super fun technique to be able to get different patterns and get things on straight and even and all that. Yes, please, Nikki, please case this. And if you use any different colors, show me what colors you use. Thanks, everyone, for joining me. See you next time. If you need to find me, I'm at kimplayswithpaper.com. That's my blog where there's lots of card ideas, and there will also be this video later today. Thank you. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.